Hello and welcome to NSK's PV Power Hour for June 16th, 2018. My name is Yoshi. This is a podcast about Japanese idols brought to you by Schook I'm joined, as always, by Charlie Draco Count. What's up, dude?
Oh, not much.
Not much. The election happened today.
It did, and I didn't pay any attention to it whatsoever.
I was asleep and also watched the World Cup instead.
I was awake when it happened. I just didn't care. Because I don't know probably more than half the members at this point.
I need to see some songs and PVs at this point. That's what it is. I'm ready to see the members in their rankings, in their PVs.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what song they'll give her.
Yep. Spoilers, Jurina is the winner.
Just to see how it turned out, because I have no idea.
Hey, okay, so let's get started. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 PVs we're gonna talk about tonight. First up, tipToe. Happy Flavor.
I'm sure we talked about tipToe before, and I don't remember them.
We have. It was the one. It was the cream soda one where you're drinking the cream sodas, the melon sodas with the ice cream floats on top, and then it was shot in a white room, and then there was one keyboard player or something. Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember the green soda.
Yep. So it's that one. It's that group. And I think the song, like, this really, I don't know, relaxed song is very reminiscent of that song too. If I recall correctly, that song was pretty laid back as well. This song is definitely that again.
Yeah, it's pretty mellow.
Yeah, and the song reminded me of an anime song. If you like anime a lot, you probably have seen or heard of this one. It's from the show called Bakemonogatari, and the song's called Renai Circulation. The horns are very much the same. The tempo, how subtle and soft it is very much the same as well. So to me, it feels like they took inspiration from that song, because that song is one of the most recognizable anime songs of the past decade or so. But yeah, it doesn't mean that this song is not good or unoriginal or sounds like anime. It's not the case.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could see this in an anime.
Yeah.
But it's a little too slow and mellow.
Yeah, we tend to pigeonhole anime songs into like either aggressive dempa music or edgy ass alternative rock usually. But
or just really basic alternative rock.
Yeah. Anime songs have become a little bit more varied recently, so which is good. And this has a decent melody, but it's just so unobtrusive. Yeah. It's more like a lullaby basically to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not super soft or anything, but it's definitely on the softer side.
And it's not like super slow where it's a ballad or anything either.
Yeah, I think it's also the fact that the members sing with this very sleepy.
Vaporwave?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to call it vaporwave, but like they have this tone to them where they sound like they need to go to sleep for like 48 hours because they've been up for like 87 hours straight.
Yeah, they've been up for a week straight, and they really need some sleep.
What it feels like, but it's not a bad song.
No, it's not a bad song. It's just really uninspiring.
Yeah. The PV is all animated and it's well done actually. It's got this kind of I don't want to say yeah, like not detailed kind of art style. It's definitely going for a very specific look.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know. I can't even think of anything that the art style reminds me of.
Yeah. Like a picture book, I think I would say.
Yeah, yeah. It's very simple. There's not a whole lot of detail to it.
Right. I think the more detail is in the background where it's looks like a room and there's stuff in the background. Just it looks like a regular person's room, and there's a window and there's like stars sparkling and shining in the back.
Reminds me of Charlie Brown. That's what it is.
Charlie Brown. Yeah, sure. If it were anime, if Charlie Brown was an anime.
Well, it's just got that really like simple art style to it. It's not. There's not a lot of like shadow in or depth or anything to the
No, none of
to the
that. It's all
drawing.
line. Yeah.
Yeah. The background is well done, yeah.
Yep.
But there's only a couple different backgrounds, and I'm not gonna go play it. Where's Waldo in the background?
Yeah. It does change up the background a little bit, but it's very minimal. They'll show members and it'll be a completely beige background or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's even if it does change it up from the room, it is very minimal. Just basically, it just kind of sticks with the art style of very straightforward, basic.
Yeah.
Not super detailed.
Yep. Pretty simple.
Yeah. Rayo in chat mentions a anime called Hisone to Masotan, and it has a very similar art style. It's very simple, but very well done, and it's more going for that cutesy look rather than realistic and gritty.
Yeah.
So
I haven't watched enough recent anime to say so.
Yeah, it's definitely not a art style that a lot of people go for in anime. So
no,
it's very rare that we see something like this televised.
There's some Inception going on. The calendar in the background is them in the beige background with a little extra decoration.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it's well done, but yeah, it's kind of lacking in I don't know action, basically.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think I'd rather see the actual members and not the anime.
Yep, I'm right there with you. Anything else?
And no.
All right, rate it.
I would. I think I'd shelf both. This is not something I would go back to listen to. And if I'm not listening to it, I have no reason to watch the PV.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Shelf both. It's well done, but the song is a little too sleepy for me. If it comes on, I'm not gonna, be desperate to change it or anything. It's fine. But yeah, the PV's well done, but not incredibly in depth. That's tipToe, Happy Flavor. Next up, what the hell is going on here? It's Yumemiru Adolescence, Plastic Girl.
I don't know. Have they ever done anything like this before?
Not quite, but remember the last one they did? It got really crazy, like a lot of different camera tricks and stuff like that. After they added the new members.
Yeah, I think so.
This is a couple months back. I'm gonna guess probably somewhere around April or March that we talked about it. But
yeah,
they're doing a lot of camera trick stuff, and it was a very clear direction change from what they used to be. They used to be pretty straightforward. Um, but yeah, that was a very different thing than they've ever done, and they've sort of done it again with this. The PV is very minimalistic. We probably don't need to talk very much about it. It's just video of cityscapes in this square box that's not even like a 4x3. It's even smaller than a 4x3, and it's just a square in the middle of the screen that doesn't take up the edges of the screen.
Yeah, it's a really tiny video.
Yeah, it's it's for like a phone, but who has a screen that is a square on their phone?
It's probably maybe 480 by 480.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I honestly don't know. It looks like a square. It might not be. It might be taller.
Yeah.
It might be a like rectangle that is taller, but
Yeah. I can't tell. It might. Yeah. I've had some weird dimension videos, but yeah. With the content of the video, it's just whatever.
yeah.
It,
They put the
it's
lyrics on top, but that's about it, really.
it's not like you're missing anything.
You really are not. You don't see the members. It's all lights and city backgrounds. It's literally that's it.
And maybe some flowers.
Yep. It's just random imagery. It's not when you think of plastic girl, the idea of plastic girls is like, oh, they got plastic surgery done, or they're more about look and stuff that's not, you know, that's more about your look rather than your character and content or whatever. But from looking at this PV, none of that is implied, like the message or whatever. I don't even know if that's the message for the song, but nothing about this PV makes sense with Yumemiru Adolescence, or I mean, it kind of makes sense with the song, but that's about it.
This would have made more sense if Especia did it, or um, the soloist from. Yeah, the soloist that's still around. I can't think of her name.
Wax de Monari.
Yeah, this would have made a lot more sense from either one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't make sense from Yumemiru Adolescence. So, but Especia is not around anymore. So I'm okay if Yumemiru Adolescence just takes this really hard right turn and they're like, we're going to do some weird stuff. Get ready. I'm okay with that.
I mean, I'm okay with weird, but this isn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't into Especia to start with, so doing this kind of music doesn't really do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Maybe they'll take another right turn and end up somewhere really weird.
Yeah.
That I'll enjoy, because Yumemiru hasn't really caught my attention up to now anyway. So
They've been on hit or miss quite a bit. So
yeah,
more misses than hits for me.
yeah.
So yeah, and this song is kind of like this electro pop, synth pop. It definitely has influences of vaporwave and stuff like that. Stuff like Especia has done. Also has kind of like that TGS's synth kind of stuff. It kind of feels like the recent like synth EDM kind of style to it too. So
Yeah, a little more laid back though, I think.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's not as aggressive as TGS songs, but
Not
yeah,
not quite as upbeat, not quite as fast.
yeah, this is definitely like a sleepy synth pop
Yep.
electro song. So yeah, I think this song is pretty good. I think it's pretty catchy overall.
I had a hard time concentrating on it.
Well, I think the
It
PV does that too.
well, I
The
ignored
PV
the
makes it
PV.
very difficult to pay attention.
I didn't even pay attention to the PV.
Hmm.
I saw what it
I don't
was. I
blame
went,
you.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd listened to the song, and it's just not something I normally listen to. So, or well, I end up listening to it. I'm just not really into it. It's much more. This would be much more elevator music for me.
Yeah, this is definitely like a good background music for sure. Sometimes I'm in the mood for stuff like this, so yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it.
It's not one I would necessarily skip if it came on, but it's
Yeah,
not something I would seek out either.
yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, nope.
All right. Rate it.
Uh, I'd have to shelf them again. Actually, I'd dump the PV. The PV's worthless. There's nothing there. But I'd shelf the song. It's just not for me. Plain
Yeah.
and simple.
We're in agreement for the PV. It's not worth your time. Don't even bother watching. You don't see the members. The imagery is imagery. It's not even interesting, you know? It's just there. It's just supposed to be kind of like an ambient experience. They really want you to focus on the song, I think. So, or they just messed up making a PV.
Yeah.
I would say this song is kind of like a borderline playlist shelf for me. I'm gonna be generous and say playlist. I think this is a catchy song. I'm not in the mood for this all the time, but I think it's really good. That's Yumemiru Adolescence, Plastic Girl. Next up, Brats, Dodate Yokata. Oh boy.
So what prison did they rent out for this?
Prison, insane asylum, a bunker. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's very stout concrete for most of, well, probably half the PV is in that, either in the room or in the elevator. The rest of it looks like it's at the 2.5D stage.
Big screen in the back.
Yeah. Or some studio. Very white and clean and sterile.
Yeah.
And then you got the grunge from the concrete prison.
I feel like whoever's directing them creatively and the visual end of things need to watch 90s and early 2000s alternative rock or just rock in general PVs and take hints, because I feel like I've seen better music videos that does something similar to this.
Yeah.
And we're talking 20 years ago. I think
Yeah.
something like Linkin Park's One Step Closer is a good PV to showcase kind of like craziness, being unstable, the edge, you know, kind of thing. It's in a confined location in a dark lit place, you know, so except that PV had a lot of production value. They had like crazy like flame towers and dudes hanging from the ceiling and stuff, but I feel like yeah, this just looks small and lame.
It looks very, very confined.
Yeah.
It's almost. I could see somebody watching this and actually having, claustrophobia.
Yeah.
It
like
is
especially the
so
asylum,
tight.
right? Yeah, the prison
Yeah.
asylum is. I don't know how they managed to fit two people with guitars that wide, you know, like a regular size
Yeah.
guitar. It looks like it barely fits in that room
Pretty much, yeah.
because it's not a long room, but it's longer, but the width is very narrow.
Yeah.
I don't know how they managed to fit a bass guitar in there,
They
but they did.
they obviously they're standing, more side to side.
Right.
You can see that, especially when they're both in there, that they're standing facing the wall instead of. That's not even a door. How the hell did they manage to get in there?
Right, I don't understand that. It's just a crawl space that is in the middle of the wall. It's not even in the bottom of the wall
Yeah.
on the floor. It is in the middle of the wall.
And there's nothing in the room. It's not like it's a water access or power access or something. It's just unless there's a door that they don't show
Yeah.
right next to that window. But I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very brats though. Very brats, I would say.
Yeah. I think the weakest part about Bratz is their PVs.
Yeah.
It's not good, man.
I mean, lighting wise, it's all right.
Even okay,
But
so they're going for a dark look, right? So it doesn't have to be good lighting, but when you do see like Ray's face in with the lighting, it doesn't look like very good quality lights. It looks kind of off-white in kind of a weird tone.
kind of yellow. But that could be
Yeah.
my that could also be my monitor because
No, it's got a weird tone to it. It doesn't look crisp. It looks kind of blurry.
that might be the camera too. It's hard to say.
Could be, but I think it's also the lighting.
Yeah.
It's a weird tone.
So I wonder how long she's had her tongue pierced for.
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know.
I kind of feel that it's not recent.
Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me. I'm kind of waiting for her to debut some tattoos at some point, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye out for those.
I could see her doing something Illuminati or something.
No, I could see her do some dumb, edgy tattoos, just all over her arms.
What, having the Illuminati symbol is not edgy?
Nah, that seems more like a conspiracy theory kind of thing. It doesn't feel very edgy. Feels like she's neurotic and doesn't trust anyone, which I guess she is.
Yeah, I was gonna
if
say.
you follow her on Twitter, she seems that way.
That seems about right.
Not to poke fun at her, mental instability, because I have those moments of my own. But yeah, she's definitely she goes off on Twitter. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean she's posted some stuff that would that would get most idols in trouble.
Yeah, I mean her and Ano are the most like, I hope you all die, you cheater, betraying traitors, or stuff like that. I just look at it and go, wow, they must have been wronged at many points in their life.
Yeah.
So, all right, this PV is pretty not great. The song, another Bratz song, I would say.
Yeah.
It's straight to the
Very
point,
much so.
alternative rock, and instrumental work is easily the weakest part of Bratz's music.
What's the weakest part?
Instrumentals.
Yeah.
It's uninspired. It's not interesting. It's just a lot of, I don't know, stuff I've heard before,
Mm.
It just seems like they're just, especially the guitar work, it just feels like they're taking ideas from what's been done before and just tweaking the notes.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
So
that wouldn't surprise me at all. I think they need to find a good drummer.
Yes, that's another one. You know what? They just need to find a better everyone, except for Chromia Ray.
Wow. I'm not sure so much they need better. They just need better writers.
Yeah. I mean, I think I saw that they don't really write their music, so yeah. That's fine.
Depends. I think some of it's written by Ray, or at least some of the lyrics.
Yeah, lyrics, sure. That doesn't really reflect on the music part.
No, I'm not sure about the music so much.
It's more of the instrumentation that I have an issue with. It's just so uninspired and basic. It's just alternative rock 101. Did you listen to Nirvana or like I don't know, something from the late 90s, early 2000s? Yeah, this is it.
Maybe her sister is just that uninspired.
Yeah. I need to go listen to
Uh,
Nirvana, which
uh,
which I need to do.
that would actually kind of be sad.
Yeah. But I
I,
think this song's pretty solid overall. Once again, mostly because Cormier Ray's vocal work and the melodies are good. So
yeah, yeah. No, I generally enjoy Brat stuff, even though
yeah, I always do.
I was never really into Nirvana and Linkin Park back in the day.
Hmm. Yeah, this is more Nirvana than Linkin Park, but yeah,
Yeah, no, that when you were talking about Linkin Park, the one that came to mind for me was Teen Spirit from Nirvana.
yeah, yeah,
Smells like Teen Spirit.
yeah. I mean, the intro with the snare drums, right? That sounds like Smells Like Teen Spirit's intro when Dave Grohl slams on his snare drum and it starts the song. It's very similar to that. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think this song's pretty good.
yeah.
Anything else?
No.
All right, rate it.
I would playlist the song and yeah, I'd shelf the PV. It's kind of borderline on that one though, because I actually enjoyed the members of the group, so that was kind of borderline playlist shelf.
Now you can see them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm dumping this PV. This PV is just lame and boring and not interesting, not fun to watch. The song, it's a really short song. It's sub 3 minutes, which is great for me. It's for my short attention span. But I feel like, especially in the first parts where it goes from the verse to the chorus straight up, there's no pre-chorus, there's no build-up. I thought that was kind of awkward, but I've slowly come around on it. But I do think it is kind of abrupt in going into the chorus. So I feel like they could have used a little bit more build-up there. So yeah.
it's also a little abrupt on the ending.
Yeah, it's just a very concise song, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder if Ray and Aya both got their tongues pierced at the same time.
Maybe.
That would be funny.
So yeah, I would playlist the song. Shelf. No, dump the PV. So it's Bratz. Dodate Yokata. And next up, Up Girls Kakokari Watashi Touch. Us. Or we.
Yay! Yay!
Yay, yawn, because this is a
Yeah.
yawn song.
It's so basic. Up
Yeah.
girls.
Well,
It's
it
just,
doesn't sound like Up Girls, I don't think.
oh, I don't know. So a lot of their album stuff,
This
it
is
does.
this is like when Green Day does that, hey, this is that one song that isn't really punk, but we're Green Day song.
Yeah, yeah. It's well, I would say this is a lot like a lot of their album songs.
Yeah. I haven't listened to an Up Girls album in a couple years, so I have no idea what it sounds like. The only one I actually listened to multiple times was the first one.
And I listened to Third,
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was, which I think is their most recent album. And yeah, but I did go through and listen to the first and second ones as well, but yeah, it just sounds like a really basic, uninspired up girl song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
For me.
to me it sounds like Green Day's Warning, not Warning, Minority. It sounds like Long View mixed together. It's kind of tame, and I also think the melodies here are not strong at all. I don't come away from listening to the song with the melody in my head.
No.
It just feels like not predictable, but just kind of, yeah, it feels like it could be a opening theme song for an anime movie.
Yeah.
Like, give this to Momoclo. that's that's sort of the feel I got.
Yeah, I could see that. It wouldn't make much difference. It's it's not that much above what Up Up Girls 2 is doing.
Right.
It's
It's
not much better.
it's not exactly like it, but it is closer to that than what we're used to from Up Up Girls, where for me, the best things Up Up Girls have done is the high energy stuff and also the crazy
Really,
weird stuff.
really weird stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Bijo no Yaju or whatever beasts. I am a beast. I'm a
Yeah.
rave beast. Up Up Typhoon is that crazy energy song.
Party
Um,
People Alien is
Party
just
People
weird.
Alien is great, incredible because it's so stupid. This is very straightforward and doesn't have that Up Up Girls charm.
Yeah.
And I also think it's not catchy, so that doesn't help either.
It doesn't even have Saho's typical, diva vocals in there.
You know what? I'm kind of okay with that. I could live without Saho's. Oh, I am singing like this. I can live without that. I've heard that plenty of times before.
So yeah, it's that.
Yeah,
The PV is utterly boring. Um,
but they're
I
wearing their shirts. Their group shirts.
it looks like they're wearing some old outfits in this.
Yeah. I would still say Up Up Girls has the best recognizable logo t-shirt ever in Idols, recent Idols. I would like to see if anyone can challenge me on that. That is the most wearable shirt in the idol industry without getting old and kind of simple and creative.
Yeah,
I love their shirts.
yeah. But their performance outfits, I
Yeah.
guess, look old.
I mean, they're going for that, hey, I paid $100 for these ripped jeans at Abercrombie kind of look, everything's ripped jeans, but it's
Yeah,
actually expensive. Well, you're just a sucker.
but it does. It really looks like one of their older outfits.
Like, as in they used it before, the same
Yeah,
ones?
yeah,
I can't recall them wearing jeans.
or very similar style, like the design on them.
I feel like they usually wear neutral color and then their color, and it's always like latex or spandex or whatever you want to call
Or
it.
plastic.
Plastic, yeah.
Yeah. But just
So,
the cut and the style of it looks very old.
sure.
Reused.
Yeah, I could see that.
Not a bad thing. I mean the outfits are great, but
They're all
that's
right.
like the best part of the whole PV.
Yeah. So what they're doing is calligraphy the entire time. Basically, they're in a white set with I guess, white paper all over the floor. So they have these big calligraphy brushes, and they are doing calligraphy with motivational messages and writing their name and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it is just that. I feel like NMB did that with the Milky song. It was like a red team or a white team kind of split B-side song where they're all dressed as calligraphy people and doing gigantic calligraphy, but I don't think it wasn't realistic like this. I think they used CG, if I recall correctly. I don't remember what that song's called, but
Were they in like overalls?
no,
Coveralls?
no, they're wearing the traditional calligraphy outfits.
I seem to remember who was it that did that PV? There was one that they did a calligraphy. Maybe it was Momoclaw that did one where they were wearing like pink coveralls and painting each other as much as they were actually doing calligraphy.
I don't remember.
I don't either. I've watched too many PVs to keep track of them all.
Yep.
uh, But yeah, that's the entire PV basically, except for some close-ups and maybe a dance shot or two for a second or two,
Mhm.
and it's boring.
Yeah, I like the idea, but it's just so. I like the idea of the calligraphy, but it just feels like one note, and it doesn't really go anywhere with it. It's just, oh, we finished writing. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah,
It just needed some other element to kind of bring it all together. Maybe like dudes dressed as kanji symbols or something. I don't know, in the back doing like dance moves and
yeah,
twerking.
something.
Something a little more than just white background.
Yeah, maybe throwing paint at each other.
Yeah, that too. That's kind of
Something.
you. It's kind of expected, right, when you do a
Yeah,
PV like this,
kind
but
of.
it
Yeah,
doesn't really happen. The only time anyone gets any ink on them is Manami actually applying the ink on her under her nose to make it look like she has a mustache. That's about it.
yeah. It's just really disappointing.
Yep.
Considering we know what they can do and what they can pull off, it's really kind of just lame.
Yeah, I mean, I think their PVs are typically not great. I think the best PV
Yeah.
they've done is Party People Alien. So if I were to say that is the apex of Up Girls in terms of PV and fun and creativity, I would point at that. And every time Up Girls PV director needs to come up with an idea, I would say do something like this. I'm not telling them to do, go shoot stuff at the robot restaurant or whatever and have pro wrestlers do dance moves. I'm just saying, like, go outside the box. Don't just do
Yeah.
something before, and that's it.
Well, the PV where they were on like the conveyor belt in the black room, that was different. I can't think of what song that was for.
Conveyor belt.
Well, they were all lined up on pedestals. And it was all black, but they were all in different uniforms as they went by.
Oh, okay. Is that the one with like Sengoku Manami is in her
Yeah.
bikini? Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that one. I don't remember the song, but
Yeah, and it was that one seemed mostly like focused on Saho at the time.
yeah. But that was a fun, goofy PV. I think I recall like two dudes just fighting each other for no reason.
Probably.
It was like a boxing match or something, but they were moving on the conveyor belts. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like, yeah, that PV was more interesting than this.
There might have been something like that in there. I don't remember off the
I
top of my
vaguely
head.
recall that.
Yeah, that was an interesting PV. It was different.
It's better than this. Yeah.
Um, there was one. Oh, maybe that was Party People Alien. I'm trying to think. There was one with the bridge. I know they had a bridge scene in Party People Alien. I can't remember if that was the same PV.
Their PVs are usually not good.
Yeah, they're normally pretty safe.
That's not their strong suit. Their strong suit is crazy, fun songs that are energetic.
Yeah. And this is not that.
Not that, no. So,
So,
all
yeah.
right. Anything else?
No.
Rate it.
I'd probably playlist this song, but it's no, I'd have to shelf this song. This is one I would if I was at work and this came up, I'd probably skip it. um so yeah, I'd have to playlist this or shelf the song. I'd dump the PV. I don't need to sit there and watch them do, you know, calligraphy in a very not interesting way.
I will shelf both. I think it's fine. It gets the job done. But I feel like I haven't seen anything from Up Girls recently. The last one I think we talked about is the one where they're in like beekeeper outfits and they remove a bee's nest. That PV was
Mm,
okay, but it just wasn't crazy enough. I feel like this is also not crazy enough. Just need more wackiness from Up Girls, you know? That's sort of what I want from them. So, yeah, and the song is pretty lackluster. It's like an album song, which this is an album song, so it's there to fill up the album for me.
yep.
All right, that's Up Girls Kakokari Watashi Tachi. And next up, Fairies. Fashionable.
Questionable.
Oh. Fashionable or questionable? Sure.
It is questionable if they're fashionable.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, those outfits are. Well, I don't know. Mahito's doing it for me because she's wearing a tie, and you know me, I love when girls wear ties. Is that a scarf? No, it's like a scarf tie. I love ties. So, oh, it's a ribbon. Never mind.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I mean, that kind of is a tie for girls.
right. I I like how cohesive those outfits are. But yeah, I would say it's not really fashionable because if you walk outside wearing that, people will probably give you some looks.
Yeah, especially with that tail on the one.
Yeah, it's just maybe if you're cosplaying as Final Fantasy characters, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
maybe they look like, hey, these are alternate outfits for Tifa from whatever Final Fantasy she was from.
7.
Sure, we'll go with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah. So black and white, and the
Mm.
PV is basically black and white, and the black is only provided from the outfits of the members. The background is all white and gray. It's like windows and walls. So
Not quite black and white. There's one girl that's wearing red earrings,
oh sure,
which is
that's
just weird
that's I
because
barely noticed.
that's the only color
Yeah,
in the PV. Why does she get red?
it's Momoka. She gets special treatment. We know this.
I mean, not even the lipstick is red. It's really, well, it might be red, but it's really dark if it is.
Yeah.
It certainly looks black or something.
This PV sucks.
It's a dance shot version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's why it sucks. Those outfits are super funky and kind of cool in a way. It's not really fashionable for regular people, but in the context of idols and fairies, it's kind of cool, right?
Sure.
I would take this song, whatever they're wearing, and have them perform at a nightclub or something with a crowd. But
Yeah.
that's too much to ask for.
Too much money.
Yeah, it costs too much. It's cheaper to rent out a boring ass room with windows.
Yep.
This is their rehearsal studio.
Maybe.
No, Avex's studios look nicer than this. They don't look as dirty.
Their studios do, but maybe not their rehearsal studios.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it just looks like a rehearsal studio of some kind, and it's only one angle. It's lame.
It's in the corner of the room at that. They couldn't show the rest because of all the junk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I was done with like these dance shot PVs in like 2006.
The thing is, if you're gonna be a fairies kind of group, or even K-pop groups, right? They do the whole here is the regular PV and here's the dance PV, right? Some people do that, or they do the dance rehearsal PV, right?
Hello Project does the dance versions
Not
sometimes.
recently though. I haven't seen one recently.
Yeah, not recently,
But
they
if I
used to.
just to put into context, like just because they released something 2 days ago, Blackpink, they have a dance rehearsal video for all of their songs or all of their singles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why don't they do that and just have a regular PV where it's not just focusing on dance? And if people who want to see the dance can just take the dance cuts from the PV and then just that's it. It's
Yeah.
so simple.
Yeah, because a lot of times the dance shots that are done in the PV are the full song.
Yes. Yeah, they always do. It's not like they just like a director doesn't go in and go, "Okay, I just need you guys to dance for 15 seconds right here at this part because this is how I'm going to make the PV." No, they film entire songs multiple times in
Yeah.
one location, different angles, whatever, you know? So they have a full cut of their choreography somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Just release that and do an actual PV. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Um yeah, it's just not it's not good. Yeah.
Yeah,
K-pop's actually cheaper than that. They just put a camera in the practice room and say go dance.
that's fine too. But
Which is
like
fine because
like their focus is dance, right? K-pop is also like a lot of the focus is put on
Mhm.
dance. So you can have two things, kill two birds with one stone, show off your choreo by releasing a dance PV and also doing a regular PV, you know? It's just you're not doing more work. The work is just an editor that says, "Oh, I have to clip from the start of the song to the end of the song in this rehearsal video." It's not
Yep.
that hard. I could do that.
Yeah. Maybe throw in the music track.
Yeah, or do what like Twice does, and it's just the crappy
Stereo.
stereo recording through the video. Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
I haven't actually watched the Twice one, so
No, yeah, I
yeah.
have watched them probably more than I would like to admit, but yes, that is a mainstay in their rehearsal dance video production. So
um, so yeah. Anyway, I guess we can get back to fairies here.
yeah,
Uh, I was kind of disappointed with this song.
really?
Yeah, it starts out kind of, it builds in and then it hits K-pop. It's very K-pop. And then when they do the chorus, it's just like or the verse, it's just loses it. It just kind of
Well, at the chorus or the verse?
the verse
Okay.
where what's her name? The one in the belly shirt is just very it's just very plain and kind of boring. And it doesn't really grab that back when it hits the chorus either.
I think the chorus is awesome.
It's a lot better, but it doesn't really grab back that K-pop feel that they had.
I mean,
I
I
think
think
the crap your hands part is better.
no, that's the worst part. Crapping your hands is never good. When a Japanese idol tells you crap your hands, it's usually never good. It's just so forced and it's just like fake hype, right? It's like, oh, crap your hands, everybody. Everybody crap your hands. Like if anyone does that in like
well,
Western pop right now, it would be the corniest shit ever.
yeah, but I wasn't talking the lyrically. I was talking the music. The instrumentals at that point.
I think it flows decently well. I don't think it separates itself that much.
uh,
I think this song is fine. I think it's fine as in what your criticism of this song are. I think the criticisms are fair, but I think it doesn't like bother me at all. I think it's
yeah,
fine.
it's not bad. I enjoyed the song. It's I just feel I definitely feel the verse is very lackluster though.
Yeah, but like I think it covers that by having a really good chorus and like solid instrumentals.
Yeah.
Like the instrumentals are really in depth. It's got layers. It's heavy. It's got a lot of balls to it, a lot of tude. So I think it covers for whatever other weak stuff happens, including crap your hands. I could really do without the crap your hands.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird segment of the song.
Yeah.
That they needed to put that in for filler or whatever.
It should have just been a dance break, honestly.
Yeah.
Instrumental dance break.
I would be okay with an actual dance break.
Yeah.
Like an actual, dance break and not just your typical idol dancing.
Yep.
Well,
they don't really do the typical idol dancing.
They're a little more heavy than
yeah. They're pretty good at dancing.
But if they actually went and did a good dance break, yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
And not this fish face thing that they do. Because they're not even clapping their hands. They're just freaking making fish faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. You want to rate it?
I would put this on a playlist, and yeah, I'd shelf the PV. It's not terrible, but I don't see any need to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, I think the best part of the PV is the outfits. It's really cohesive in terms of color and look, but yeah, it just seems pointlessly like this PV's pointless, basically, for me. It's just like why might as well just be a dance rehearsal video with them in sweats and practicing the choreo or something. It's just unnecessary. The song I will playlist. I think it's catchy, solid, good, solid instrumentals. So yeah, let's Fairies, fashionable, questionable PV. All right, last but not least, Dance for Philosophy. The song's called Dance Founder.
Okay. I have no idea who this group is.
We've talked about them once or twice before. The last PV we talked about them, I believe, involved the members working at a restaurant, but they sucked. But I'm not talking about You'll Melt More, but it was around the same time, I believe. And they talked it over and they felt better about themselves.
Was that the one where they were like really depressed and emotionless and just didn't look like they were into it at all?
Maybe. I don't remember. But yeah, this PV is far from that. It's not like this it's not telling a story at all. It is very much a let's just throw as many references and goofy shit in here as much as possible kind of PV. They're definitely going for something retro because that's sort of their thing. They go for like funky disco R&B, like all kinds of stuff you can think of, and a lot of references to like 70s, 80s, 90s, even before that too.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that first black and white shot comes from, but the second one is definitely 90s with
the MTV music video.
Well, not MTV. Who am I thinking of? Countdown. Was it Count? Yeah,
I don't know.
I'd have to go. No, I ain't even gonna go look it up. But yeah, with the name of the song and everything on the side of it.
Yeah, it reminds me of MTV when they used to actually be MTV where they played music videos, but yeah, the same thing. Yeah, and I feel like one of the girls wearing a red bandana. I feel like that's a reference to like Axl Rose or something. I might be reaching there, but there's like infomercials. There's yeah, it just references to just random stuff. But it's really all like well done, like shot really nicely. It's not the highest quality production, but like I understand the references and it's done well enough that I get it and I can kind of attribute it to the original source.
Yeah. I don't quite understand like the horror theme there for a second, but
Right. Yeah.
okay.
Not everything makes sense in this PV. Yeah.
25-inch color TV.
Yeah. And I think this is a good PV for getting into this group because each member is featured pretty well and they also show their names and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easy to match names and faces. And you get to see them in a lot of different outfits. So you can see kind of like all the different looks that they can pull off. And I don't know, maybe it might help you narrow down like, oh, this member sticks out to me because she looks great in this dress and then in this crazy outfit that has nothing to do with the dress. You know, it's just you see them in different outfits and different colors, and it's fun for that. I think this PV is really fun and well done.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of weird.
It's weird
Uh,
for sure, but this is the kind of weird I can get down with.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I might watch it 2 or 3 times, but I like the one shot where they just show the girl face staring at the camera. There's just the text. She doesn't have any lines in the first verse, so here, enjoy the shot.
Yeah.
Somebody really knows like some of the criticisms for idols and stuff. It's like really fourth wall breaking there.
Yeah. And I feel like that 90s like music video TV broadcast kind of look, they're dressed as something along the lines of like Speed. Speed
Mm,
used to dress like that. So
the
I feel
silver outfits.
it's just like that salt and pepper like 90s urban kind of outfits. It just feels like Speed to me, so I feel like that was like a almost like a direct reference to Speed.
I
So,
would not be surprised. Then the
yeah.
one in their space, it kind of, sort of gives me like Momoko vibes with their
Yeah.
outfits.
Yeah. Sure.
Um, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of references here if you want to go back and like rewatch it.
Yeah, and the thing is, I feel like I'm not overloaded with the references, so I feel like I don't have to pause the PV every 2 seconds to catch all the references. I feel like that happens to me
Yeah.
when I watch PVs by like Wasta. There's that one PV where I think it was Yumeni Nyaritai, where it was just one screen, one set, and then like CG'd is like a billion references at the same time. And I was trying to watch it and dissect it, and my eyes were just swimming around, and I wasn't able to focus on what's going on with the members. So I feel like the references here are more macro and easier to understand, and they don't throw so much at you at once.
Yeah. Yeah. I can definitely see that.
And they come back to the reference too at a later time. So if you missed it, you can, you can go back to it and find out what the hell I missed. I think except for that one horror scene, which makes no sense. I don't know what
Yeah.
that reference is.
I maybe just the fact that it was like super popular at one point.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting enough. I'm not sure how many times I would necessarily watch it, but that's more just because I'm not so into the song.
Really?
Yeah,
I love the
I mean,
song.
it, it's an all right song, but there's just something in the instrumentals that doesn't strike a chord with me. Just
I don't know. I this really does it for me. This is very throwback funk, and I don't know. I love it. Disco funk, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, I like the vocals, but there's something just kind of maybe it's the horns that are missing. Not enough
Hmm.
or something. I don't know. It's just not. It falls flat for me.
Mm. I feel like this is pretty standard for like when Japan does pop songs with this instrumentation. So I feel like I'm used to hearing this kind of style done by Japanese artists and kind of got used to the instrumentation.
Yeah.
Like Dreams Come True use this instrumentation quite a bit, and I listen to their album a lot. So yeah,
And I didn't.
yeah,
I definitely
I really like the simple instrumentation.
I definitely was not a fan of Dreams Comes True.
Yeah,
Yeah. At the time.
yeah.
So I could definitely see where that would be. So yeah, the vocals I enjoy. I like the way they do them, but yeah, the instrumentation just feels lackluster. It's missing something for
I think
me.
that I like the vocals because there's this one clear cut girl who sounds like a diva above the rest. And I feel like the easiest solution is to make her sing every line, but they give everyone lines. And one girl has not great vocals, but she sort of has the anime tone to her voice. So it's very unique to hear her voice in this very straightforward pop context.
Yeah,
And not in like an anime style song, it's a very straightforward pop song. um the easiest like kind of thing they could have done is to give all the lines to that one girl that sounds like a diva and do Osaka Shunka Shuto, and then I would hate this group because it would
yeah,
just be too much of her divaing, right? So
yeah,
everyone else breaks it up, which is great.
yeah, yeah. I could definitely see that. There's a few shots where the diva girl looks like she's old.
Yeah. I would say the members of this group are older than your typical idols that we talk about. So
Yeah,
that would
yeah,
be my
definitely.
guess.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I
So
would
yeah.
definitely agree with that.
Anything else?
No.
All right. Rate it.
I would playlist the song. Um, I like the vocals that much on this one. I'd probably, yeah, I'd probably playlist the PV.
All right.
Yeah,
We're on the same boat. I playlist both. I love everything about this. Really catchy song. It's groovy. It's one of those songs you can listen to over and over again and not get tired of because it's just energetic enough that you want to listen to it a lot, but also not so in your face that you get tired. Because I feel like that happens to certain groups for me. Like if I listen to too much Momoklo, or if I listen to too much Dempagumi, or too
oh
much
yeah,
Up Girls, it just gets too much because they're so in your face with their energy. This is just strikes that great balance for me of just enough energy for me to want more. So yeah, I love this. All right, let's dance for philosophy. Dance founder. And that's all the PVs we're going to talk about tonight. But let's pick the MVPV of the night before we end the show. So give me your top two.
BRATS and Dance for Philosophy.
Yeah, so I would agree with you. But I think I liked 4 songs tonight. It was Plastic Girl, Yumemiru, Dorate Yokata Bratz, Fairies Fashionable, and Dance for Philosophy, Dance Founder. Of the 4, I liked a lot. The PVs are all the same for me, except for Dance Founder, which is clearly above all the other PVs or the songs that I really liked.
Yeah,
So I will say Dance for Philosophy, and I will give my number 2 to Fairies Fashionable. What is your
yeah,
number 1?
yeah. I'd go with Dance Founder.
All right. I am also with Dance Founder. It's my clear cut number 1 tonight. I think it was also for you because you playlisted both. I don't think you had high ratings for the other ones. So
No, most of the others, all the PVs got dumped or shelved.
yeah. So yeah, same for me. A couple of really good songs tonight. So I'm glad we came up with some solid songs that I would love to add to a playlist when it comes out. All right, so Dance for Philosophy. Dance Founder is the MVPV of the night. We stream every Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so don't forget to tune in live if you can at twitch.tv/Schook Kaidan and youtube.com/Schook Kaidan. Follow me on Twitter at Yoshirect, Draco at Draco60, and Schook Kaidan at Schook Kaidan, and Discord at discord.me/NSK. Anything else, my friend?
No, that's
No.
it.
All right, that'll do it for the show. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.